Okay, today we are going to be working on Unit C, which is Getting Started with CSS. In your book, I'm on page 49, and that is the first page for using cascading style sheets. Then I'm going to flip to the directions and start on page 52. So first, we need to be in our Notepad or Notepad++ program. So browse for Notepad++ and open that up on your desktop, and then maximize your Notepad. Next, we are going to open up our Unit C folder. So you're going to go to File, Open, navigate to your Unit C, and then open up the Data Files folder, and then the Unit folder. And if you don't see anything, it's probably because you're looking for text documents. You need to look for all files. So open up, change this option to all files, and then you're going to open HTMC-1. So this is some code that's been created for our bed and breakfast website. You are going to insert a blank line before the closing body tag. So after the last paragraph, hit enter, and then you want to type in your last name and first name in a paragraph tag. So we're going to make an opening paragraph tab, type in your name, and then make it say HTML5 Unit C, and then a closing paragraph tag which has the slash before the P. Now we're going to save this as index.html. So do File, Save As. We're going to change the name to index.html. For the file type, you're going to change that to all files. And then save. Now we want to open up that website in our browser. So open up Google Chrome. Oh, I'm sorry. That is not what we want to do. You're going to go into your Unit C folder, go into your data files, go into the unit folder, and open up your index. Your index means your home page. And it should have your name now at the bottom. Okay. Let's close that and go back into our Notepad. And we're going to add a little bit of code. So click on the line at the end of the title, which is Bed and Breakfast. Then press Enter. Then press the space bar 4 times. And you're going to type the following. You have to make sure you type it in exactly like this or it won't work. Then press Enter twice. Then press the space bar 4 times. And then you're going to add the closing style tag. Now click on the blank line between the opening and closing style tags, press the space bar 6 times, type H1, which will create a heading, the curly brackets, then press Enter, then press the space bar 8 times, and type the following, which is going to be centering our heading. It's a semicolon. Press enter. Press the space bar 8 times again. You're going to add a closing curly bracket. Now save your document, so File, Save, and we are going to go back into our default browser and view this. So now you can see your heading is centered horizontally on the web page. Alright, our next step is going to be moving our owner's name and address to the right side of the screen. So we're going to text align right. Go back into your notepad and find the paragraph that starts Philip Blaine Proprietor. You're going to click after the P in the paragraph tag. You're going to hit the space bar and then type ID equals contact. This is our contact information. You're going to go back up to this curly bracket, hit enter, press the space bar 8 times, and right now everything is left aligned. In order to make it right aligned, we're going to type hashtag contact and then curly bracket, enter, and then the space bar 8 times. You're going to put text align is right. You need that semicolon, enter, space bar 8 times, and close out the bracket. So we designated this as a contact, and now we're making our contact be right aligned. File, Save, and then open up your index to view it as a website. Now you can see our contact information is to the right. Okay, go back into your notepad, and I'm on pages 56 and 57 of the directions, where we are going to be adding a box around our information to make it stand out on the page. So after the opening body tag, here's your opening body tag, you are going to press enter, press the space bar 4 times, and you're going to type in div ID equals box, then at the bottom of the document, click after this closing paragraph tag, hit enter, press the space bar 4 times, and then we are going to close out that div tag by putting a /div. Now at the top of the body section, before this H1 tag, we're going to press the space bar 2 times, to indent that a little bit more. We're also going to add 2 spaces before the opening H2 tag. Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. I indented this. You can backspace that. We're going to do that here. Add 2 spaces here. You're going to add 2 spaces before H2. We're going to indent the paragraph and this paragraph by adding 2 spaces before all those. Alright, next we are going to create a style rule for our box. So after this bracket, you are going to hit enter, hit spacebar 8 times, type in hashtag box, the curly bracket, enter. Then you are going to press the space bar 8 times, and we're going to type in the following information, which you can also see on page 57. .25 is the thickness of the border. You have to have a semicolon after each of these rules, and press the space bar 8 times. Notice I have a spelling error, and that will not work, so I have to go back and make sure it says border style. We're going to have a solid border. Our border color is going to be designated as black. I'm hitting the space bar 8 times after each enter. Times again. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, and the padding. Again, 8 times. And then we're going to close out that box rule. We're going to save, and then we want to view this in Internet Explorer. And now you see a box around your information. Okay, go back into our code in Notepad. And now we're going to be centering the rest of this information. So right now it's not centered. Our next steps are going to center that. So in your text editor, find the opening tag for the heading 2, which is right here. After the 2, you're going to hit a space, and then you're going to type in class equals quotation marks main text, close out the quotation marks, opening paragraph, we're going to also click into that P tag. Again, type class equals main text. Scroll up into your embedded style sheet over here, and after the closing bracket for this box rule, hit enter, press the space bar 6 times, and we're going to create a .main text rule. The rule will be as follows: curly bracket, hit enter, press the space bar 8 times, and as follows. We want it to be text aligned center. Hit enter, the space bar 8 times. Always add the semicolon after each rule. Hit enter and space bar 6 times. Semicolon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm sorry, 8 times. Enter, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close out your curly brackets. Save your document. Should be called index. And now we're going to view that as a website. So I'm going to open up my index. And now all of my information has been centered according to my main text rule. Okay, I'm going to go back into my notepad. And rather than have this as an embedded style sheet where all my styles are within my index, we want to make that an external style sheet. An external style sheet is a separate file that has all the information. So you are going to select the code between the opening and closing style tags, all the text between the opening and closing style tags, and you are going to cut it. So right click and cut. Now you want to save this. We want to open up a new document. So go to File, New, and then we want to right click and paste that information back onto this new sheet. And before this information, I want to hit enter. So click in front of H1, hit enter, and then on that line, I want to type in / asterisk Lakeland Reed's bed and breakfast. Close that with an asterisk and a /. Press enter. Okay, so any code between the asterisk, the stars like that, is considered a comment. And so comments are useful for describing something, but it's not going to show up in the web page. So we're going to make another comment that has your name. So copy this paste it, and you're going to put your name. Okay, so we're going to do a save as. When you save it, you're going to navigate to your Unit C folder. In the Unit C folder, we're going to go to Data Files, into the Unit folder, and our file name is going to be Lakeland.css. For the file type, change that to all files. If necessary, make sure this says UTF-8. That is what it should say. And then save. Now we're going to close this Lakeland.css. We don't need to be in this anymore. And we're going to go back into our index. Oops, but I want to open that in my text editor. So I'm going to go into my notepad. Now open up my index. Make sure it has all files. Open up my index. Okay, it says select the lines containing the opening and closing style tags, and we're going to delete those. We no longer need those, so delete. And then we are going to type in the following, which is going to link our website to the style sheet. So click on this blank line now after the title. So we're going to link this to the style sheet. And close out that tag with a slash and a closing bracket. Now save our document, and we want to view the index as a website. So you notice it still has the same box, the centering, that we created, but now it's linking to a separate style sheet. Alright, and I'm going to go back into my notepad. We want to do the same thing with another web page. We want to link our other web pages to this style sheet. So now I'm going to go into my notepad and open up in my Unit C folder, in my data files folder, in my unit folder. Make sure you change this to all files. I want to open up HTMC-2, which is another web page. I'm going to rename this page. I'm going to say it is called Save As. I'm going to be in my Unit C folder. Unit C, data files, and in the unit folder, I want to call this aboutus.html. And if it's an HTML file, I need to change it to all files here. And then save. I want to click a blank line before the closing body tag. So after this div tag, hit enter. I want to have a paragraph tag that has your name and HTML5 unit C. Close out the paragraph tag with a /p. Next, after the title, I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to link this page to the style sheet. You're going to hit enter, you're going to hit the space bar 4 times, and then we are going to link to the style sheet. It's the same text we typed on our other page. Oops, need to make sure this is in quotations. Slash, close out the tag. And then you're going to save this. Now go into your files and open up that About Us and look at it as a website. It should have all the same properties as the other page we created. A border, this is to the right, this is centered, everything is centered because those are the rules in our external style sheet. And that is it for Unit C. So if you have any questions, watch this video again or make sure you ask me. Thank you.